Hello students, in this module we will be discussing about different definitions of management, concept of management and different levels of management. As we all know, management is a vital aspect of the economic life of man, which is an organized group activity. It is considered as the indispensable institution in the modern social organization marked by scientific thoughts and technological innovations. One or other form of management is essential wherever human efforts are to be undertaken collectively to satisfy wants through some productive activity, occupation, or profession. So, let's find out what management is. So, after completing this module, you will be able to define management. You will understand the concept of management and you will be able to define different levels of management. So, let's start by defining the management. What exactly is management? A very famous personality, Mary Parker Follett, has given a very popular definition of management. She defined management as management is the art of getting things done through people. Now, is this the right definition of management? This definition given by Mary Parker Follett is not really a universally accepted definition because it fails to highlight different factors such as functions of manager. It ignores the scientific aspect of management given by F.W. Taylor. It again ignores human aspect and treats people as merely means of getting things done, which is against human ethics. Also, it does not define the role of internal and external environment which affects the organization. So, it is very important to understand what is an actual definition of management which satisfies all these aspects. The more effective definition of management is the process of planning, organizing, directing and controlling activities of and using resources of an organization for accomplishing the organizational goals efficiently and effectively in an ever changing environment. As we can see, this definition takes in account the functions of management like planning, organizing, directing and controlling. It also talks about organization using its resources efficiently and effectively, that is optimally utilizing the resources, and it also explores the ever changing environment in which the organization functions, which are internal environment and external environment. So, internal environments are basically organizations, customers, employees or suppliers, competitors, that is those who basically directly affect the organization, all the stakeholders. And the external environment is political, economical, socio-cultural, technological, ecological and legal environments which indirectly affects the organization. So, this is a more effective definition of management. Now, another important concept of management is 5 M's of management. So, what are these 5 M's? Let's understand and how are they an important part of management. So, the first M is method. Now, it is very important when you are managing things that you know the right method of doing things. If you do not know the right methods of doing things, then you will not able to manage things effectively or properly. Second M is material, that is optimal utilization of material, that is the best possible way in which the material or resources needs to be managed. Third M of management is machine or tools with which the management needs to be performed. So, machinery or the tools are required for proper working of the organization. The next aim of management is money. Now without money, the resources, that is financial resources or money, no organization cannot really function. And fifth and last aim is very important aim of management, that is man. Without the manpower, no organization can function. So this is the most important aim in 5 M's of management. So these are the 5 M of management. Now let's understand the different concepts or nature of management. The very first widely or discussed or debatable concept of management is whether management is an art or is it a science. Well, ideally management is a combination of both art as well as science. Management has scientific basis because management techniques are susceptible to measurements and factual determinations. A person requires knowledge of management principles. Again, management is an art because management means coordinating and getting work done through others and the skills of how the knowledge can be utilized. Hence, management is basically a combination of science, which is knowledge of principles or theories, and it is art, that is how to apply those principles in the organization, which is basically an art. The second nature of management is that management is multidisciplinary, which means that management itself is not a discipline, but it has evolved, or the theories have come from different disciplines or different other subjects and fields. So its theories, principles and concepts are founded upon other disciplines. These disciplines includes economics, sociology, psychology, mathematics, information technology, etc. So all these have basically contributed to the science and art of the management. Hence, management is multidisciplinary discipline. The third nature of management is that management is intangible. Intangible stands for those things which cannot be seen or touched, but those are always be felt. So, management can always be felt. Its existence or its inexistence, we can feel it. Like, if something is mismanaged, we can definitely make out that the organization is mismanaged and it is not working properly. So it can always be felt, but we cannot see it or cannot touch it. Hence, it is an intangible thing. The fourth nature of management is that management is pervasive at all levels. Pervasive stands for something that is existing or which exists at all the levels. So whether you talk about the top level, middle level or bottom level, that is at all levels of the managerial activities are need to be performed. Everybody has to do all the management activities at some level or at some amount. Now, the fifth nature of management is that management is environment oriented activity. That is, all we know that organization cannot work in a closed system or environment. That is, we cannot work as individual system without interacting with environment. Every organization has to be an open system, and it is said that the external environment affects an organization to a great extent, and the organization does not really have a direct control over these factors. So external environments includes political, economical, socio-cultural, technological, ecological and legal environments. Again, but the internal environment of the organization needs to be managed as it can affect directly the organization and that can be directly controlled by the organization. So internal environments includes organizations, customers, employees or suppliers, competitors, etc. The sixth nature of management is that management is optimally utilizing the resources. Now, the word optimum stands for the best possible way of using the resources. We cannot use resources in maximum way, but we can definitely use it in a best possible way of the optimal way. Physical, financial and informational resources must be optimally utilized. Now we will move to the levels of management. More of the authors have conceived of three levels of management in any fairly sized business undertaking. These are, first one is top level management, second is middle level management, and third is lower level management. So management is considered as a three-tier activity. The top tier centers around the determination of objectives and policies. The middle tier concerned with the implementation of policies through the assistance of lower tier of the organization. The various tasks in a business enterprise become structured somewhat like a pyramid, with the highest level of management centered at its apex as shown in the figure. The managerial setup of any undertaking therefore consists of three levels. First is top management, second is middle management and operating management or lower management, etc. So top level management consists of board of directors, managing directors, chairmen, presidents, CEO, that is chief executive officers, general managers, chief finance officers, vice presidents, etc. Middle level management consists of production manager, purchase manager, sales managers, that is the departmental managers. And third, operational or lower level management consists of foremen, supervisors and workers, etc. So let us see all these in detail. So top level management is made up of board of directors, its chairmen, managing director or general manager and other key officers who are responsible for smooth and systematic conduct of the affairs of the enterprise. The top level management is a concept of functions concerning the manner in which the enterprise should be shaped. In view of large size of modern companies, the key functions cannot be performed by a single person, and hence a compact group of elected office bearers, experts and executives form of the top management level of enterprise. Board of directors is assisted by managing director, general manager, etc. in directing the company's operations. The top level management's work is creative process and it also involves commitments of high order of responsibility. As Allen observes, top management work is a work which must be performed at the apex of the organizational pyramid because it cannot be carried out effectively at lower levels. Top management is also described as the policy making group responsible for the overall direction and success of all company activities. It is a chief custodian of the property of the enterprise. It is the main mobilizer of resources in main and material essential for the inception, maintenance, operations and expansions of the undertaking. It is more basically a panel of planning the company's operations and in due course shall develop into an evaluating and controlling medium for securing the maximum possible performance. It is concerned with the problems and the policies of entire enterprise. So the functions of top management include identifying key factors for the survival and growth of the company and devising basic objectives, policies, and programs for dealing with these factors. Being sensitive to the interdependence of the numerous actions and maintaining a strategic balance in these actions and keeping an eye on how current activities of the company will cutting with predicted changes, social, political, technological, and competitive, and adapting company plans to anticipated environment. So these are the functions of top level management. First one is determining the objectives. Top level management frame the policies and make plans to carry out the objectives and policies. They set up an organizational framework to conduct the operations as per plans. Assembling the resources needed to put the plans into operation. They control the operations through organization. So next level of management is middle level management. Middle level management is concerned with the task of implementing the policies and plans chalked by the top management. Middle management comprises departmental heads and other executive officers attached to different departments. These departmental managers and officers are expected to take concrete steps for actual realization of the objectives and operational results visualized in the plans finalized by the top officers of the organization. This group is responsible for the execution and interpretation of policies throughout the organization and for the successful operation of assigned division or departments. Managers at the middle level management level exercise the usual functions of management in respect of their own departments. They have to plan the operations, issue instructions to their assistants, collect the resources required, and control the work of the men under them, and evaluate the results achieved by their department with reference to the plans formulated by the top level management. If the top management is endowed with the authority of policy making, middle management is entrusted with the programming of efforts essential for implementing the basic predetermined policies. So, the functions of managers at the middle level management can be broadly summarized as follows. So, interpretation of policies framed by top level management. They prepare the organizational setup in their departments for fulfilling the objective implied in various business policies. They find out the suitable personnel and assigning duties and responsibilities to them for the execution of the plans of the concerned departments. They compile detailed instructions regarding operations and issue them to the assistants and operatives to focus and guide their efforts accordingly. Again, they motivate the personnel for higher productivity and reward them for their merit, capacity, and caliber. They cooperate with other departments so as to evolve a smoothly functioning organizations. Again, they collect reports, statistical information, and other records about the work done out in respective department and forward them with their observation to the top level management. Again, they recommend the top management about new or revised policies for their departments to secure better performances. So third and last level of management is lower level management. Sometimes it is also called as operational level management. It is described as the lowest level in the administrative framework, and actual operations are the responsibility of the rank and file constituting this level of management. Foremen, supervisors, and sub-departmental executives assisted by a number of workers, clerks, etc. carry out the actual operations as per schedule. their authority and responsibility is limited, and they have to follow the lines drawn by the higher levels of management. The plans and policies of the top level management will fail if the foreman and operatives do not fully realize the spirit of sustained work. The quality of workmanship and quantity of output will depend on the hard labor, discipline, and loyalty of the operating personnel. The foreman or supervisors are responsible for executing the work orders allotted to their respective sections. They pass on the instructions of middle level management to the working force, procure the materials, tools, etc. required for the jobs, assign specific duties to individual workmen, and guide them in acting upon the instructions and handling the job on hand with ability and accuracy. They seek to maintain precise standards of quality, prevent wastage of materials by negligent workmen, look to the safety of machines and equipments, and ensure steady flow of output as per plans and programs prescribed by the top level management and middle level managements. They are also responsible for maintaining discipline among the respective batches of workers, preserving and boosting their morale, and fostering the team spirit in them. The functions of lower level management can be broadly summarized as follows. So first is assigning of jobs and tasks to the various workers. They are responsible for the quality as well as quantity of production. They guide and instruct workers for day-to-day activities. They are also entrusted with the responsibility of maintaining good relations in the organization. Again, they communicate workers' problems, suggestions, and recommendations, appeal, etc. to the higher level management. They also help to solve grievances of the workers. They supervise and guide the subordinates. So this is all about the concept of management, definition of management, and different levels of management. Thank you.